About a year and a half ago, I was an 18-year-old kid about to start my freshman year of college, not having any clue on what I wanted to do with my life. I was going to college not because I wanted to, but because it felt like I had no other choice. I had roughly $2,000 to my name and was eager to find a way out of this lifestyle that I knew that it wasn't for me. Now, if we fast forward to today, I just turned 20 years old and have made about $150,000 through my own social media pages in the last year and a half. I completely turned my life around all while still attending college, and I couldn't be more grateful for the position that I'm in. Now, if you clicked on this video, there's a pretty good chance that you've thought about starting something online before as well. Maybe it is a YouTube channel or a TikTok page, or maybe it's some kind of brand or creative project. But whatever it is, you've probably had that idea sitting in your head for a while now. And if I had to guess, the reason you still haven't started is not because you're lazy, and it's not because you're not capable. It's probably because you've been stuck overthinking every little part of it. You've been thinking about the niche, thinking about the name, thinking about what kind of videos you want to make, whether it would actually work or not, and I bet 100 other things as well. Trust me, I've been there. Now, that might all feel productive in the moment, but most of the time, it's really not. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about that because I think this is one of the biggest reasons why so many people never actually build anything for themselves. Now, the truth is that most people don't have a lack of ideas. They actually have too many ideas and no real action behind any of them. They stay in this circle where they're constantly researching, planning, and watching others instead of making the first move. The problem with overthinking is that no amount of planning can replace the real experience that you need when getting started. You could watch 100 videos about how to start a channel, how to grow on social media better, how to edit videos, whatever. But until you actually sit down and make something real, you probably still are going to have no idea what you're doing. And honestly, I didn't understand that at first either. When I started my first page, I thought I had everything figured out in my head. I had my ideas written down. I had formulas I thought would work, and I had all these plans for how I was going to do it. And then I actually started posting, and almost none of it worked the way I expected. Some of my videos completely flopped. And some of the videos that I thought were going to do bad ended up doing really well. A lot of the time I realized that I was overthinking things that really didn't matter that much. But that's the part that you can't really learn from watching videos like this. You could only really learn it when you're actually in the game. And that's the part that a lot of people don't want to hear because they want to feel ready before they begin. They're looking for some kind of guarantee that if you put time into this, it's actually going to go somewhere. But honestly, that's just not how this always works. You don't get confidence first and then start. You got to start first, and then confidence builds with every single upload that you make. Confidence comes from proof. It comes from seeing yourself take an idea out of your head, turn it into something real, put it out there, and realize that even if it wasn't perfect, you still survived and learned from it. That's how you build real trust in yourself. And honestly, I think this is where a lot of smart people screw themselves over the hardest. Because when you're smart, it becomes way easier to justify waiting. When you're smart, you tell yourself that you're just being strategic and that you're still learning. But most of the time, that's just not a real strategy. You're trying to avoid making a bad video. Making something bad feels uncomfortable, but that is completely normal. That's literally how it's all supposed to go. The people who actually ended up building channels or brands just like myself are usually not the people who had the cleanest start. They're just the people who were willing to be bad for long enough to where they're actually making quality content. Stop asking yourself, what's the perfect way to start? And start asking, what's the fastest way I can get a real start? The internet makes it ridiculously easy to confuse consuming with creating. You could spend your whole day watching people talk about success and feel like you actually did something, but you really didn't. You just watched other people build the life that you say you want. Starting any kind of creative project is powerful because it gives you proof that you're not just another person sitting on the sidelines. Even if your first video gets 50 views, who cares? You still made something. Now you're an actual creator. In the beginning, the goal is not really to go viral or make money yet. The goal is to become the kind of person that actually creates consistently instead of just talking about it. Before I started, everything felt linear: school, job, work your way up. Building something online showed me that value doesn't only come from a job title. It comes from something you built. Nobody knows exactly what they're doing at the beginning. I used to film my TV screen with an iPad. In 6 months, you can either have a bunch of uploads and lessons learned, or be sitting on the same idea you have today. Comment your idea below, and I'll give you my best advice. Subscribe if you enjoyed this.